dignitaries and participants in this session 3B. The session is about branch-wise scope and opportunities in education and career. Straight away, let's start with the sessions. On this note, I would like to take few minutes to introduce and welcome our speaker, Ms. Sakshi Roy and Mr. Kazunari Sasaki. I request both to occupy the dais. Mr. Kazunari Sasaki is a senior manager at University of Tokyo, India office. Sir has completed MA in literature from the University of Tokyo. Sir is conducting his research on Indian philosophy and Buddhist studies. Welcome, sir. The second guest for this session is Ms. Sakshi Roy. Ma'am is working as an assistant manager at the University of Tokyo, India office. Ma'am mainly focuses on motivating and helping Indian students to study and research in Japan. It is a pleasure to have you. I would like to request Swati Chandurkar Madam to felicitate our guest, Ms. Sakshi Roy and Mr. Sasaki.
This month of the PCIC. Can I do it? I'll take it up. Order check the record. Order check.
Thank you, ma'am. Now I request speakers to start with this issue.
Hello everyone, this is Kazunari from Japan. I'm originally an academic research. I'm originally an academic researcher on Indian philosophy, Indian literature, and Buddhist study. So I'm actually, interested in essence or core of culture. So actually, I'm the big fan of Devlet Atnai. He's the mythologist, author, speaker, illustrator, and through mythological analysis of Indian epic, myths, religious scripture, and so on, he shows part of Indian culture. So now I here present in the same manner Japanese at heart of Japanese culture, what is the essence, what is the core of the Japanese culture? I would think. First of all, Japan has ever been a country full of natural disasters such as typhoons, it means hurricanes, earthquake, big earthquakes every year, forest fire, flood, etc. Yeah, so many natural disasters come to Japan. So Japanese people learn to live cooperate each other for everyone to cope with such disasters through ingenious attempts and technology. That is a very unique point of Japanese culture. See that this is a the pyramid of Egypt, and this pyramid is made for showing off the king's glory or something, and this is China's Great Wall, and this is a wall for defending this is a wall for defending that is military one. So many countries they use technologies for showing off the glory of king or defensive matter, but Japan used the technology for making rice fields. I mean, okay. This mound is called Kofun, and surrounding this mound, there are so many rice fields. Okay, so we use our best technologies for making rice fields, and after that, dug out soil. We make with dug out soil. We make this kofun, the soil mound. So I mean, many of countries are using technologies for showing off the king's glory or defensive matter, but Japan use technologies for people's welfare. I mean, utilize the best and latest technology. Yeah. Japanese people utilize the best and latest technology for consumer goods. And there, the first priority is always people's welfare. Right? Such as, this is a picture of happy people. You know happy people? They are, the happy people use irons for the sword and spears. I mean, this military use. But Japanese people find iron and make this iron teapot with fine finish surface. Okay. So the same iron, many other countries use that iron for swords and spears, but Japanese people, the same iron used for making splendid, beautiful teapot. Consumer use now. And other examples, This is a railway. So many countries make railways for military use. But Japanese people make railways for bullet train, consumer use. Okay? And other examples? We made top-grade IC transistors and use them for making these consumer gaming machines. This is PlayStation 5, and Nintendo Switch, all kinds of game machines we make with top-grade IC transistors. But top one, this is US Air Force basement, and they use the same PlayStation for military use. Japanese use top technology for consumer use, gaming machine, and US the same technology for military use. And next, this is what? This is space technology. The United States use space technologies for using military use, attack for ICBM, and Japan use the same space technologies for using internet with this space satellite for using smartphone. And as examples, Ninja is Japanese some assassins and US people that idea used for soldiers. And the same ninja, Japanese people make Hattori-kun. Do you know Hattori-kun? Thank you. This ninja is not a soldier, but a friend of the children. And this is Shishimaru. This is a dog. And the same dog American people make soldier dog with robotic technologies. And the same robotic technologies we Japanese use Aibo, animal animal robot for children or elders. So now you can see what is heart of Japan technique. That is nothing but cooperative mind and mindset of utilizing every good and latest innovation for people's welfare. Okay? And this is the secret of our cultural tradition. So why don't you come and see our London gentle technology by yourself in person? You are most welcome. Thank you very much. And we continue to Sakshi-san's talk.
नाव पाठवतो हा ना एवढे काम करायला म्हणजे सगळे लोक तसे तिकडचं चालू आहे ना कॅच करा
Sorry for the delay, everyone. So good afternoon. So first of all, I would like to thank all of the PC team to arrange this huge event. So thank you very much for inviting us. We are incredibly happy to be here, and it's really a great moment for us to visit, study, and work in Japan today. So my name is Sakshi and I'm the assistant manager with the University of Tokyo India office, and today I'm going to introduce the University of Tokyo with all of you. Alright, the University of Tokyo, it can be abbreviated as Todai, Japan's top university, a world-class center for research and a vibrant academic community. So we are founded in 1877 and we have over 10 faculties, 15 graduate schools, 25 research institutes and center, and we enroll about 28,000 students in a year, in which 4,200 of whom are international students. Our university is officially accredited by the Ministry of Education, Culture, Sports, Science and Technology, Japan. So we are located in Bunkyo, Tokyo, Japan, and we have over 4 campuses named Hongo Campus, Komaba Campus, Kashiwa Campus, and Shirokanai Campus. Alright, with this information, as of 2021, the U Tokyo's alumni, researchers and faculty members includes 15 prime ministers, 13 Nobel Prize laureates, and 4 Pritzker Prize laureates, and 5 astronauts. So, as of now in Japan, there has been total 31 Nobel Prize winners, from which 13 of them are associated with the University of Tokyo, which is quite a big achievement for us. So, hundreds and thousands of individuals have graduated from our university. We have total 56 alumni associations all over the world. And of course, if you will become the part of our university, you will be able to join the local U-Tokyo Alumni Association and have a lifelong relationship with the University of Tokyo. So, this is a brief information about our office. We are one of the overseas offices to be opened in India under the Global 30 project, and we provide comprehensive information on Japanese universities. We organize education fairs and seminars throughout India, and we also manage the network of Japanese and Indian alumni. So we kind of promote all of the Japanese universities, not only the University of Tokyo, because our office comes under the Global 30 project, which is funded by the Japanese government. Alright, so with this slide, I want to show you that Japan has some of the best universities in the world. Our university ranked number 1 in Japan and 23rd in the world, and several other Japanese universities ranked among top 500 universities in the world. So no doubt if you study in Japan, you'll study in a well-rounded education system, you'll experience a unique new culture, and you have a chance to gain more international perspective. So you can see in the table there are 80 plus national universities, 90 plus public universities, and 600 plus private universities offering a variety of programs in Japan. And most of the universities offer courses in English in various disciplines and do have the world's best research facilities. So here is the basic information about the graduate and undergraduate courses in Japan. Undergraduate for bachelor's it lasts for 4 years, and for the master's program it will take 2 years to complete the program, and for doctoral courses it will take up to 3 years to earn a PhD degree. And this number may vary depending upon the faculty, like for medicine and veterinary sciences it will take up to 4 years. And you can enroll in a course to earn a degree as a regular student, or if you're not studying to earn a degree, you can enroll as a research student, credit earning student, or audit student. And most of the Japanese universities allow 2 intakes. So for the spring semester, application process starts from September to October, and for the autumn semester, application process starts from March to April. Alright, the next slide is about the faculty in graduate schools. So here you can see that we have quite a lot of faculties in graduate schools. Not everything is taught in English, but we offer 20 plus graduate programs which are completely taught in English. So I have a very limited time for my presentation today. I'll not go deeply into each and every program. So I'll be covering few programs for you. Alright, so the left one is the PEAK program, so which is a liberal art program of 4 years. And the right one is a global science program, which is for transfer students. So for GSC, you must have completed basic undergraduate level classes in chemistry, at least 2 of the subjects from mathematics, physics, and biology. Alright, so this is the International Multidisciplinary Engineering Graduate Program. This program is offering advanced professional training leading to the degrees of Masters of Engineering, or Doctors of Engineering. So you will have the unique opportunity to take the degree from the University of Tokyo with lectures and researchers conducted completely in English. And this program is formed of 7 departments: mechanical, aeronautics, electrical, chemical, materials, precious, and bioengineering. So anyone who have a keen interest in any of these fields can look for this program. Also, students who have exceptional academic records will be awarded a scholarship for this program. So this one is a graduate program on intelligent information processing. So students who are interested in topics like artificial intelligence, IoT, quantum computing, data science, or something like that, high performance computing, can definitely look for this program. And there is no need of Japanese language proficiency for applying to this program. And for more information, please visit the website or please contact us. And yeah, by the way, for enrollment of in October 2023, the applications are open for the IST program. The due date is November 4. If you are interested, to please go ahead and apply online. Alright, so this one is IPATS, is an English language MSc and PhD program at the Graduate School of Agriculture and Life Sciences, and it offers various areas of research that constitutes the fundamentals of agricultural and development studies. So there are 2 rounds for this program, and it's a very unique thing about this program that if the applicants have been unsuccessful in the round 1, can apply again in the round 2 from late January to mid-February if they wish to do so. So for more information, you can take a picture of this page or visit the website. Alright, so this is the important information for you. In Japan, for applying to the graduate schools at the University of Tokyo or any other university, you will require to have a research plan or proposal. So firstly, you will have to prepare the research plan, and then you will have to find a professor who specializes in your field of interest, and then you should send them a letter of recommendation from your current or prior academic advisor. So once you're sure that this is the right program, after the conversation with the professor, you can submit the application form and with your documents. So most of the students keep asking what should they include in their research plan. So I've just included this points in my presentation today, that in your research plan you should state the title, objective, research questions of background, methodology, conclusion, and references. So this is the basic idea of preparing a good proposal. So if you have any other preferences, you can add accordingly. Alright, so this is about the University of Tokyo internship program between India and Japan. So our university have various short-term and non-degree programs provided in English, so that are taught by top-class professors and are available to highly motivated students from all over the world. So many of these programs are open to students who are the student of our partner University of Tokyo Global Alliance. So I am going to introduce these two programs to you. So first is the UTRIP, the University of Tokyo Research Internship Program, which is basically for undergraduate students with a keen interest in pursuing a postgraduate degree in natural sciences or related fields. And the second one is UTSIP Kashwa. So this is a 6-week summer program for academically motivated undergraduate students, and there are so many other short-term programs for undergraduates and postgraduates as well. So please visit the website and please contact us for more information. Yeah. So about the academic fees, Japanese universities have lower tuition fees as compared to other Western countries. Also, schools in Japan charge an admission fee the first year and the tuition fees and some other smaller fees as per the semester wise. In Japan, tuition fees are same for local and foreign students. So if you ask me in Indian rupees, so at the National University in Japan, it approximately starts from 6 lakhs per year, whereas you have to pay approximately 18 lakhs in US public university. So this is a huge difference between the Japanese and other Western universities. Also in Japan, you can apply for the tuition fee exemptions as well. Alright, about the scholarship. So there are two types of financial assistance provided for international students. First is the scholarship, and the second one is tuition exemption or reduction by each university. So a variety of scholarships are available for students who wish to study in Japan, although many of them are provided by external entities, and there are some scholarships awarded directly by the University of Tokyo. So some should be applied prior to arrival in Japan, while others can be applied after arrival in Japan. For the MEC scholarships, you can apply through the Embassy of Japan in India. And JASO Student Exchange Support Program is for exchange students coming to Japan based on exchange agreements between universities. So please check with your home university for available programs. Also, after the admission or enrollment in Japanese university, you may apply for mixed honor scholarships. So this scholarship is basically for privately funded students. And you can also apply for scholarships by private foundations and local government scholarships. And most of the Japanese universities have tuition exemption and reduction scheme for international students, so you can apply for this as well. Alright, about the employment in Japan. So, international students are allowed to work part-time in Japan for up to 28 hours a week. And the average monthly income is about 59,000 yen, which is equivalent to about $530 US. And there are many job fairs specially organized for international students in Japan. And each university have their own career advising center who helps students to get a job in Japan. Also, you can find an internship for yourself through a job search website or through dedicated internship agents. Alright, so now I would like to show you some graphs and figures to explain about job and employment situation in Japan. As you can see in the graph, the CD job situation is around 90% in 2011 in Japan, and during 2019 to 20 it is approximately 97.8%, which means all of the students were able to get a job upon their graduation. Okay, so here the above graph is indicating that in the past 10 years, the number of foreign students employed in Japan increases from 9,584 to approximately more than 25,000 in 2018. So, and the below figure is to show you that just under 20% of foreign students started their career with manufacturing companies, while 80% decided to work for non-manufacturing companies. So there should be no doubt, if you want to stay in Japan, or if you decided to leave Japan after you have finished your studies, you'll experience a unique new skill which will be highly considered by potential employers, not only in Japan but all over the world. And the Japanese education will surely open many doors to you. So this is, it is time to conclude my presentation. Thank you so much for your interest and attention. And this is the website and the email address. Please feel free to contact us. We will be very happy to assist you if you have any queries. And we are also very active on social media. You can follow our Instagram and Facebook pages for getting updates regarding study and work in Japan webinars. So lastly, I wish you best of luck with your career. We hope you enjoy the experience and receive a beneficial information from our presentation. Thank you very much.
This is inspiring and timely for sure. Today we had an opportunity to hear your thoughts on heart of Japanese technology and tradition, and also the brief overview about the Japanese universities. This will encourage aspiring to the study and conduct research in Japan. It was great to hear from you. Now I would like to request Swati Sandurkar Madam to present token of love to our guests. Proceeding to the next session by Mr. Haider Alam, I request her to occupy the dais. Haider Alam is Managing Director and CEO of Simistum Factory Automation Private Limited. Sir is recipient of many awards such as Young Entrepreneurship Award, Leading Emerging Indian Company of the Year Award by RAC in 2015, Fastest Growing Indian Company Excellent Award by IEDRA in 2016, and Best Supplier Award for Godrej and Wipro. It is a pleasure to have you, sir, with us. I would like to request Dr. Rachna Patil Madam to felicitate our guest. Sir, please continue with the session.
Hello. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is 𝐏𝐂𝐂𝐂𝐿. I am CEO and founder of Sumitomo Factory Automation. I came down to talk about the No Japan, and you already aware about that Japan is one of the fastest growing country. Most important, Japan known for speed. कोई इसमें शक है किसी को? जितना आप लोग जानते हैं सोनी के मोबाइल, शिनकानसेन, एवरीबॉडी भी टॉक अबाउट कि स्पीड के लिए जापान जानता है। और कोई बताएगा हमारा देश कब आजाद हुआ था? उससे 2 साल पहले क्या डिजास्टर आया था जापान में? 2 ईयर बैक क्या डिजास्टर आया था जापान में? एटॉमिक बम गिरा था। उसके बाद भी जापान ने कितनी फास्ट ग्रो करा? फर्स्ट शिनकानसेन, First Shinkansen and bullet train started in Japan 1964. So that's why Japan is known for the speed. अगर जापान स्पीड के लिए जाना चाहता है तो इंडिया भी हमारा बहुत कुछ कर सकता है। आपकी तरह आई एम आल्सो मैकेनिकल इंजीनियर, somehow got opportunity and went to Japan, done my education there. उस टाइम वहाँ पे काम करा, उसके बाद कंपनी स्टार्ट करी थी। तो जहाँ पे मैं हूँ कल आप वहाँ पे आ सकते हैं। So speed के लिए जापान बहुत फेमस है। Before starting this session, I would like to do the one clapping activities. क्या आप लोग मेरे साथ देंगे मेरा? Okay. I will do 1 2 1 2 3. 1 2 1 2 3. Come on. 1 2 1 2 3. 1 2 1 2 3. 1 2 1 2 3. Great. Great. Now आप लोगों को भी कुछ मेरी बात अच्छी लगे, मेरी रिक्वेस्ट आप प्लीज नोट डाउन कर लीजिएगा, क्योंकि आपके करियर के लिए बहुत जरूरी है, या उस पर क्लैपिंग बजा दीजिएगा, क्योंकि इमोशन इज क्रिएटेड बाय द मोशन। Motion is created by the motion, not lose motion. Okay? So जैसे मूवीज में देखा होगा आपने, मेमोरी लॉस जब होती है तो क्या होता है, तो हीरो सब कुछ भूल जाता है बट ड्राइविंग करना नहीं भूलता है, खाना खाना नहीं भूलता है, ब्रश करना नहीं भूलता है। इसी तरह से अगर आप कोई चीज बात लिख लेंगे या कहीं पे नोट डाउन कर लेंगे तो आप उसको कभी नहीं भूलेंगे अपनी लाइफ के अंदर। So let's talk about the Japan bit. So everybody know that जापान का जो ट्रेडिशनल रिलीजन है वो है बुद्धिज्म, और अभी जो करंट कैपिटल है वो है टोक्यो। उससे पहले जो कैपिटल था जापान का वो था नारा। और हाउ इज लुक लाइक जापान इन अ मैप? इट लुक लाइक दिस। दे हैव द 4 मेजर आइलैंड, नॉर्थ से लेके साउथ तक, और एक छोटा सा आइलैंड ओकिनावा। So just for the basic information about you, how Japan is look like. So basic population around 12 करोड़ के आसपास की population है जापान की, and the biggest problem and big opportunity for you, biggest problem for Japan and big opportunity for us. Out of 12 करोड़ लोगों में से 125 million लोगों में से around 26% people are their age is more than 65%. So they need good workforce, and India can be substituted. हम लोग वहाँ पे अच्छी वर्कफोर्स, अच्छे इंजीनियर्स वहाँ पे भेज सकते हैं, वहाँ के टेक्नोलॉजी को यहाँ पे लेके आ सकते हैं। And by 2040, their 26% will move to the 40%. जहाँ पे out of 100%, 40% लोगों की एज ज्यादा रहेगी। They have like a big wealth, but they don't know how to spend it. They have big technology, but they need to use the manpower. So we are one of the biggest manpower supplier in the world, whether in IT or in mechanical industry, and we are like, I think 65% people in India, their age is less than 25% or 30%. That is a great opportunity for us. So which sector we can contribute ourselves and grow ourselves? So this is the disaster happened in Japan and Hiroshima. So Japan is one of the fastest and one of the most investment country who do investment around of their GDP around 3 to 4% on research and development. If anybody is interested, yes, I want to invent, suppose rocket, I want to invent time machine, something. So Japan can be the one of the destination. And here in government almost providing most of them free of cost. For my case, I went to the Japan through AOTS. I will talk about. And for me, when I went to Japan, I don't know anything. But that guys helped me a lot, and I able to fund the company, I able to establish the company and growing the company. Okay, now big question, why Japan for the career? Why not Germany? Why not US? Why not France? Why Japan for the career? So this question raised. First problem, what the problem we are facing there? First problem we are facing there, the problem is the food. Second is the proximity. Third is the language. But all these things are temporary. If you are able to focus, if you are able to adjust yourself, you can build a very good career in Japan. So now why Japan for the career? Technologically most advanced country. So first bullet train happened in Japan 1964 and disaster happened 1945. This atomic bomb Japan पे गिरा था 1945. Within 20 years they able to build this bullet train. And still we are not able to under discussion. Mumbai और अहमदाबाद के bullet train के discussion चल रहा है. So they are in technologically 50 years ahead. Whatever we are doing right now, they done 50 years back, except the IT sector. So if you go there and spend around 1 year, means your knowledge of the working in India is 10 years and working in Japan is almost 1 year. So you will be automatically learn lots of things in very less time. Second is that Japan is a global center of excellence. Globally, there is lots of new things whenever is happening. People always do showcase their product in Japan. Anybody using Zara brand? Zara का नाम सुना आपने कपड़ों का? सुना है किसने? किसने सुना? हाथ को खड़ा करें क्या? Great. So whenever Zara launch any product, they first go to Japan, they launch their product, they understand mentality of the people, how they are reacting of the product, and they launch the other part of the world also. Then job stability. Might you will be surprised, Japanese people, whenever they join one organization, they work only in one organization. Means throughout the life, 35 years, 40 years, not like a 1 or 2 people. It's almost 60 to 70% people, when they join the company, they don't resign the company. And in reward, Japanese company never fire to you. Even in India, if you join any Japanese company, whether it is small or big, they never ever fire you. So this is job stability is there. Even recession is coming and COVID is coming. Lots of the, like in our industry, we forced to reduce the manpower. But this company never ever do it. Clean and safe environment. Clean and safe environments. In the world, Japan having the 10th rank for less crime, and India having around 129. So the crime rate is very less there. Plus the environment is very clean. If you think about lifespan, our Indian average lifespan is around 69 years. Japanese average lifespan is 84. And if you go to the Okinawa, their average lifespan is 115 years. The main reason is the clean environment. So many Indians, my friends right now, they got the opportunity in Japan, they settled down in Japan. Even I look like very old, gray hair means white hair, and they are still look like it. So this kind of advantage you will get it. Huge opportunity in every industry. Like earlier, Councillor General Mr. Fukuhoris was talking about IT, service, mechanical. There's lots of opportunity you will get this. Not only mechanical sector, but other sector also. If somebody want to be do research in astronaut, he can be. If somebody want to design in robotics, he can be. Japan is the most using country who use the robots. Like companies like Fanuc, Kawasaki, all those big companies, big giant are Japanese companies. So if you are mechanical engineer, you are interested in a robotic, or you are interested in a machine tool, or you are interested in electronic vehicles, or if you are interested in explore the new machinery, so Japan can be the good platform for you. Now next question, okay, talk about Japan is very good and this and that, everything we understand. Okay, the world third largest country, economy wise, the population are less, and we have lots of opportunity, but how can we apply? As earlier Mr. Kikuchi-san told about like Tokyo University is there. Apart from Tokyo University, there are lots of other platforms are there who can provide you the free of cost entrance to Japan. So if you apply for the scholarship, and you will get the chance, अब वहाँ पे chance मिलेगा आपको Japan जाने का 6 months, 1 year के लिए, so you can stay there, all the expenditure they will take care. So first, our recommendation from our side, like PCCOE is also starting the language course in our Japan Facility Center. Try to spend 3 months, 4 months, 5 months for the language. So basic language can be the Japanese. In Japanese there is a different levels are there. N5, N4, N3, N2 and N1. So N3 you can do it within 6 months time. At least you have the basic understanding about the language. If you are applying for the scholarship, if somebody want to know, I don't want to learn the Japanese, only I want to learn the studies. So Tokyo University is a good platform, but if you really want to learn the more about people, means human to human contact is very important. And human to human contact कब रहता है? जब हम सेम लैंग्वेज में बात करते हैं. अभी हम लोग जापान में जाके तो नहीं बोल सकते आप हिंदी सीखो या इंग्लिश सीखो, क्योंकि प्रॉब्लम क्या है वहाँ पे 97% people speak only Japanese, only 3% people speak English, and all 3% people is outside the Japan. So this is the big problem we are facing it. So basic language you can learn it. Normally for me, when I started, it took me 5 months time to learn the Japanese, and I think you are the more intellectual than me, so you can do it in 4 months or 3 months or 6 months time, at least basic one. And once you start spending watching like Nobita I think आपको देखता ही होगा, तो जापानीज में यूट्यूब में नोबिता आप लोग देखोगे तो उस इम्प्रूवमेंट अपने आप हो जाएगा, या फिर अदर टीवी यूट्यूब पे सीरीज देखेंगे तो आपके अपने आप इम्प्रूवमेंट हो जाएगी. Then you will have the like basic understanding about the language and people. Platform through you can apply for the scholarship. First is a AOTS. It is a 100% engineering scholar, overseas technical scholarship. Association of Overseas Technical Scholarship. Mainly all the engineers who are belong to the any industry like IT, electronic, or mechanical, or any other ENT, any whatever. So they can apply through this association. You can apply online. You will get the email. And response time is very fast. Second platform is the DISU, Delhi Skill and Enterprising. So here you can also apply the things, and it is again the government funded. Third is JEXEX. Also you can apply through here. And apart, this is all the government organization. First two is funded by the Japan. Last one is funded by the Indian government to making the good relationship between the India and Japan. Apart from this, there is lots of private universities are there. Agencies, consultancy, you can just go through their website like Sekai Overseas, Sunbeam, Yuzen, and Federal Consultancy. Recently, PCCOE did the collaboration with the Federal itself. And about my company is Shimizu. Shimizu is a Japanese word which is with precision, precise. We have like 50 plus members, like 2,500 clients, 65 years of collective experience, and 10 awards. Definitely in future will come down to you. You guys also to have like a placement. This is our like few partners. मेरी रिक्वेस्ट रहेगी कि इसके अलावा कोई क्वेश्चंस हैं आप लोगों की तो प्लीज आप पूछ सकते हैं. Please ask any question. Come down. We will be more comfortable. Any question, anybody? Don't hesitate. कोई question है? You can ask any question, no problem at all. Any question? Thank you then. I have to say arigatou gozaimasu. Thank you, dhanyawad. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, sir. Today we had an opportunity to hear your thoughts on how to build career and what are the different career opportunities in Japan, and also how Indian youth can be the biggest manpower to start a business in Japan. Thank you so much, sir. Your thoughts have enlightened our minds and have shown a new path to the participants. I would like to request Dr. Anuradha Thakre Madam to present token of love to our guest.
Yes, go ahead. Come upstairs. No problem. Don't feel uncomfortable.
Suppose, sir, I have completed my MTech in Tokyo University or another university in aerospace or aeronautics. Then what are the opportunities in the defense technologies in Japan, like in India, DRDO, and other technologies? That means I am a lot of studied in the defense technologies like US, UK. That technology is too much, and there are lots of opportunity in the like CALTech. That means jet propulsion technologies, another too much. That means there is a like nationality main issue in the US or other countries. That means 4 years completed. That means we can got that citizenship. After that we can go to that defense technology entry. So I would say that what is the criteria to get the defense technologies in the Japan?
As per my basic knowledge, first you need to do your education in Japan itself, whoever the national universities or private universities, and after that there is lots of private sectors are there which are doing huge investment in defense sector. One of the company called Mitsubishi FX. So right now Mitsubishi FX is manufacturing 6th generation fighter plane and lots of defense equipments. So right, might you heard about like a F-35 का नाम आप लोगों ने सुना होगा, US ने F-35 बनाया है. उसके next generation को build करने के लिए Mitsubishi ने did the venture with the US company and plus something from the India also. So some component from here like Boeing is also doing lots of investment in India. So first you need to do your education in Japan. After that you can go through the private sector, and after private sector you move to the government sector. Because again, definitely 100% agree, if you are not a Japanese national, it's very difficult for you to go to the government's industry. So I don't want to give you like a wrong hope, okay, go do your education get nationality, and you will get the job in a government industry. So my suggestion for you, first you go for the education in Japan through AOTS or Tokyo University or whatever, and join the first private sector. If you have the huge potential and caliber, and once everybody will see, okay, your good name? Naresh. Dhanesh. So Dhanesh, if everybody will see you have the potential, automatically they will pick up. And trust me, Indian people are highly concentrated and we can make difference. Thank you very much. Anybody, any question? Yes, please come.
Myself Pradna Gaikwad. I've been learning Japanese from last 1 year. I completed my N5 level and I'm now studying N4. So I'm a second year engineering student. But I hope to start my own startup in future. So is there any more opportunities for startup companies in Japan, or I should just start from here?
Like Make in India, Startup India. In Japan, there is one website called J Startup. Again repeating, J Startup. If you have the really good knowledge and good idea, you can upload your project on that website and send the email to them. You will get the good opportunity. But rather, I will request you, like earlier ICGB Siddharthan told, they require the right now in translator, interpreter. You are the mechanical engineer, plus you have the Japanese language knowledge. Try to go with the interpreter. The two advantages you will get. First, you are engineer. Second, you are Japanese speaker. So you have the two advantages called techno-commercial. Unfortunately, in our country, we are technical or commercial. Go for the only for MBAs like top colleges or whatever, DY Patil, IIM Ahmedabad and other things, or IIT and all those things. If you have both the knowledge, technical plus commercial, your value will be automatically high. So Konnichiwa Japan, the next month we are having the one session. You can come down there, you can enroll yourself and start as a translator and meet lots of industry people. And automatically once you meet me, okay, I give you something knowledge, you will meet n number of Japanese people, n number of the Indian SME sector, and you will get the idea. If your idea is good, there is a lots of money in India, people will fund on it. There's lots of angel investors are there who will fund it. This way you can start with the next month. November we have the Konnichiwa Pune. Yeah. Anybody? Yes, please. Come. If anybody having any question, come this side, please. आप लोग यहीं पे आ जाइए, किसी और क्वेश्चन है तो यहाँ पे.
सर मेरे को अभी बिजनेस में ग्रो करना मेरे को, सर उसके लिए क्या चांसेस है? बिजनेस के लिए मेरे को ग्रो करना है, मेरे को जापान में कुछ चांसेस मिलेंगे, उसके रिलेटेड.
Okay, great. So
बिजनेसमैन बनना है.
Actually, I always support leaders. I never promote employer. I always support leader. If they are able to create the more leader, our country will grow more. So again, the same question. Ideas would be nice, and most important thing, experience. The word experience, quality and validation. Suppose if you want to start a travel company and you want to take it from just only for Japan-centric travel company in Pune. So whatever the experience you want to give to your customer, it should be best. Best of the best means personal, heart to heart. So whenever you're thinking about Japan, always think about first thing, validation. Second is a quality. Third and most important thing, trust. And fourth most important, never lie. If you lie one time, people will never respect you. So be transparent, truthful, whatever you are, whatever you are. And automatically, the Japanese people will respect you more. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thanks a lot, guys. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Well, the second session of the day is really informative. As being in a student life, we always remain in a big confusion that either we have to chosen the right course or not. Then after choosing the course, the question raises for the right branch, which will give more career opportunities. So along with the technical learning, the bridging of the language really plays an important role. So let's move towards our third session of the day 1 event, No Japan, which is based on jobs and career opportunities in Japan, along with sharing of experiences of our resource persons. So first, I request Mr. 𝐏𝐂𝐂𝐂𝐬, Chairman and President of SCCIB Japan Co. Limited, to come on the stage. Please, sir, come on the stage. Please welcome him. Mr. 𝐏𝐂𝐂𝐂𝐬 is the President of IM Corporation Japan, which is an IT company. For more than 20 years, he has been striving to promote STEM education globally in Sri Lanka through Tech Lanka Private Limited and in India through LS Robotics Private Limited. Welcome, sir. Now I request Dr. Anuradha Thakre, Dean International Relations, to come on the stage and felicitate sir. I request you all to once again welcome him. Sir, I request you to come on the dais and start with the session. Please.
Good afternoon, everybody. I'm 𝐏𝐂𝐂𝐂𝐬, 𝐏𝐂𝐂𝐂𝐂𝐬, as I wrote. Namaste, namaste. So, a lot of people here. How many students want to go to Japan and study and work? Oh, much. I should hire a big airplane. Yeah? Okay. Very nice, very nice. So, next. So first, I would like to introduce myself. You can see my face, same one. Yes. Okay? More younger. Then, first, birthday. Birthday was the day before yesterday. Yeah. Okay. Then that year was 1946. Just after 1 year of the Second World War. That was just when I was born. Nothing in my house. No house. I was lucky. My family have a chapel. I'm Christian. Now a chapel. Just only chapel there. Then I grew up at champion. Yeah, I was very lucky. But on the first stage, when I was young, my target is violinist. But then from age 3 to 22, I played very much. Yeah, but I recognized when I reached 22, musician's salary, not much. Then I changed my target to computer, right? Then in university, subject was mathematics and computer. At that time, computer itself, huge computer, big one. Not enough for this room. Yeah. Then to make a bootstrap, it would take 1 hour. And computer running on 2 hours. Then problem happen and stop. Then 1 hour bootstrap. Like that. That's a computer, but now here, computer. Very rapidly technology growing up. Change. Right. Then my first visit to US was 1964. Yeah, all the time. Then I can tell you very funny story. I took a flight from Tokyo to Seattle, Washington, in US. You can see from Tokyo to US, middle, date changing line there, you know, mid-date. Then my flight, going on, before reach the date line, stewardess came to me, just stood up. Every passenger stood. Then just the captain come. Then give us all the passenger certification. You cross the date line today, this second minute. Like this kind of thing was happen. Very old style. If today doing so, just very confused. I know. Yeah, like that is a very old story. Then I work for computer vendor in Iraq at that time, now just Unisys, and also PwC, you know, PricewaterhouseCoopers in US. And after that, I established an IT company 30 years before. Then 3 years before, also set up an education. And now we call STEM robotics. But 3 years before, no one said STEM, no. Constructionism, education, construction. Like this in school, just this step is high. Like teacher here teach from this side. Then read this, remember this. That the instruction is. But if just only instructionism, just after graduate the school, these people will be waiting instruction. Yeah. They work like that. Now I started STEM education. Then my history, working experience was Japan, US, Thailand, Singapore, India here, and Sri Lanka. So, I want to say to you again, welcome to Japan. And first study and work. Then also a lot of people, Japanese people other people say, what's Japan? Yeah, Japanese not speak English. Yeah, traditional way. Boy, like. But that way is traditional Japanese style, even though the old style. But now, Japan is very internationalized or globalized, very changed day by day. After internet coming, that means 1995, internet very deployed. Then all the information come. And also now, also we can use easily for IoT, robot. That's why just our life, daily life, is changing, and like your daily life. Same. That's why just I can say innovative, globalized Japanese style. Then most old Japanese explain to you, Japan is this, like samurai or Mount Fuji only or other. But actually, just very changed. Then currently, please come to Japan again. Then there is a lot of opportunity, lot of. For instance, number one, population decreasing. That's why a lot of work opportunity there. That's why you can come, any opportunity you can get. In the working style, old Japan style becoming globalized style. That's why don't worry, Japanese style. If you understand the Japanese style, this is just understand, okay. But actually, if you come to Japan and work, just globalized project management going on. Please. Then next is major city daily life is getting more globalized. 10 years, 20 years before, just only Tokyo, Osaka, major city speak English there. Few. But the local place, what's X life. But recently, also a lot of foreigners come to out of Tokyo, then getting more globalized. Don't worry. And next, changing immigration policy because of population decreasing. Yes, our government changed. Any student come to work, try. And also food getting popular. In Tokyo, if you can go central Tokyo, you can easily find that Indian food, even though that's actually Nepal, Bhutan, or any, but very spicy food. You can. But vegetarian, little difficult. But then also, India and Japan likes this event. 70 years relationship. Yeah, mostly my age. Yeah. Then I can tell you the population curve, population. You can see 1868, just only 33 million. Okay? Then before the what's it? Also, before the Second World War, mostly 60 million, and the end of the Second World War, 70 million. 70 million. When I was born, the population was 70 million. Then, year 2000, you can see 127 million, mostly twice. Then you can carefully see that the curve dramatically increased the population at that time. Japan grew up very much. For instance, economical thing, technology, and everything growing up with population. I was working that period. That's why a lot of foreigners tell me, oh, Japanese, too much work, no holiday, working holiday like this. I was a lot of people told me that period, but you are very lucky. This population going down. 2004, just a little bit decrease, 12 million. And after estimation for 2030, just 11.5 million. And 2050, that's the critical point, just under 1 million. Yeah, lack of people. Next. That's the population. Then, as I told you, when I was young, very hardly work. Saturday, Sunday, just 1 day a week sleep. So, then you can see the working hour curve. 1980, even though 1980, Japanese work 2,000 hours per year. 2,000. You can calculate the calendar, and one day, 8 hours working, then multiply, not reaching 2,000. Great. Overwork, lot. Then now, oh, miss typo there. 2090. 1750. That would be standard in the world. 1750 hours per year. And also our government asked us, company, just reduce work, salary go up, salary up, working time reduce, like policy there. So when you come to Japan, working hour would be reasonable, and salary may be reasonable. Good. Like this. Then just I compare. If you select a job in Japan, then you're following the saying like this, left side. That's the criteria to select job. The right side, Japanese. I understand you cannot read it. It's all Japanese. That's why I prepared English. Okay? Okay. Can you see? So for foreigner, criteria number 1 is getting the income you want. Money. Also Japanese, same human, the white, want to get the salary. And then, number two, foreigner say, balance between work and private time. But Japanese say, well, number six, different. Just Japanese want to work more, at least now, and forget family. That's the Japanese style. Then number three, getting your dream job. Japanese, number seven. Like this, compare. They're slightly different between your thinking and Japanese thinking in Japanese country. That was you can understand this way. This item. Then, oh, I should think about this way, this way, this way. Okay. If you want more detail, please contact me. Next. Also, you can see how many foreigners work in Japan. 2019, 1.6 million. How you can image how many India out of 1.6 million? How many? Just only 36,000. Very few. Yeah, that was just you are lucky to come to Japan. We are a lot of space to invite. Okay? Then also, what industry foreigners are working now? Then, like this, out of 1.6 million, just for a lot of years, 0.5 million manufacturing industry, and IT. IT is small portion, 4.1%. Even though just Japan is a very good IT country, even though just a foreigner working IT, 4.1. And the other big portion is service industry, that's 16.1. What area you want to get job in Japan? What? IT. Yes, good. India, IT. Yeah. I is India. Okay. So, next, please. Then, just if you come to Japan, you can memorize what will be happening for the project management style. So project management style different. That was just if you don't understand the Japanese way, you get that very stress. Yeah. But if you understand it, that's okay. Then number one is teamwork. Teamwork, not working alone. 2-3 people work together. Yeah? And also the well preparation for activity, that's very important. In Japanese say, dandori hashibu. Please remember, if you come to Japan, you can ask to young Japanese, dandori hashibu, what's it? Nobody knows. Yeah, that term is very old, but the preparation is very, very important for Japanese. Okay? Then also keep schedule. Depend on the prepared schedule, day by day schedule check. That's why just Japanese can teach on time everything. If you come to Japan and you can see the bullet train, even though from south side to north side, just on timetable, not too different 1 minute. Even though on the way, something happened. Huh? Passenger break something, or driver getting sleepy, or something happened. But just on time, just the train teach like this. And also, well inspection to keep quality day by day. This is a very important. Totally. You know the Kaizen term, Kaizen? Kaizen improve. Day by day, you can think about or consider about the one item for the improvement. Not only for the mechanical, family improvement, or human improvement, any improvement good. During 1 year, 365 items you can list out. Then next year you can select some item, then like this, just quality, day by day quality, just the quality is same quality. Reasonable, same quality. Just the first day sleeping, the last day working, quality, I don't know. That Japanese way. And also, if you come and work for IT, just following act on the protection for personal information. This is very, very important. If you work in Japan as an IT engineer, just a customer has a lot of information. That was just you should keep it. And also, you should consider ITEE, Information Technology Engineers Examination in Japan. Not only Japanese letter, just English version. Then you can study IT, then you can get the examination, pass the examination. Then you can get the job. Japanese understand, oh, you will skill this, very satisfied. Okay. Then, especially for the IT industry, we faced a lot of problem. Then lack of IT engineer. Then 2020, engineer we have 920,000. Then, but shortage is 370, right? Then 2030, decreasing engineer because of population going down, right? Then demand, shortage, double rather than 2020. Like this, please help Japan to prepare very nice system using IoT, blockchain, or something, any idea, just you can come. And also barrier is language. A lot of people say language. I think it's true, but some cases I think this. You can not necessary to get to N2, N1. N2, N1 very good, but even though N3, little difficult to understand the Japanese or so. Then IT company people mostly understand English. Yeah, just coding English base. Otherwise, don't worry. But study Japanese. very necessary to do your daily life in Japan. Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Before I can say thank you, but I can tell you my personal opinion. If you study Japanese, not only go to Japanese school, please come to Japan to study first. Then, teacher telling you in Japanese. Automatically you could learn. On the first day, nothing understand. Like this. Second day, then improve. 1 year. If you have time, just 1 year, you can come to Japan first. Then go in the university. 1 year, 2 years. Lot of scholarship there. As previous presentation, he said. But scholarship, I have scholarship for Tokyo University, especially for India. I have 3 Indian scholarship. Then they are studying in Tokyo University. Right. Then scholarship, there is 2 types of scholarship. Please understand. One is government side. Government side, that scholarship will be completely decided before examination. Before examination. But other time is private. That scholarship is after examination. That means just to get the approval from the university. Then check the scholarship. 2 times there. Please understand. Try to come to Japan and study and work. Thank you very much.
Thank you for guiding the students thoroughly and showing the criteria of Japan job selection and all. Thank you so much. Yeah. So I request Dr. Anuradha Patil to come on the stage and felicitate a token of love, present a token of love to our guests. Please once again give a big round of applause. Thank you so much, sir. So, proceeding further with today's session. Now, next I request Ms. Swati Bhagwat from Proceed Technologies, Pune, to come on the stage. Welcome, ma'am. Please give her a big round of applause. She is again going to guide you about the career opportunities. Ms. Swati Bhagwat is a Japanese language expert. After more than 16 years of experience in IT industry, she has been running her independent practice as a collaboration consultant between India and Japan for past 10 years. She is also working as a program manager for the Association of Friends of Japan, coordinating and executing various projects between India and Japan since 2015. In addition, she has also been working as a freelance interpreter. Her key assignments include working as an official interpreter on various diplomatic missions, including for Mr. Devendra Fadnavis, Chief Minister of Maharashtra, on his visit to Japan in September 2015. Recently, she has started working in the field of placement of Indian human resources in Japanese companies. Welcome you, ma'am. I request Dr. Anuradha Thakre once again to felicitate our next guest. Please give her a big round of applause again and welcome her.
request ma'am to come on the dais and start with her session. Please.
Konnichiwa. You must have heard that in anime. It's good afternoon, everyone. First of all, I would like to thank Dr. Kulkarni and Dr. Roshni Raut and all the PCCOE people for giving me this opportunity to talk in front of you. I'll be representing Proceed Technologies today, and I'll be talking about working in Japan while I share my experiences. I'll be talking not only about working in Japan, but also about how it is like for an Indian to live in Japan. Okay, so why Japan? We have talked about, like many eminent speakers have already talked about why Japan. So I'll not speak much on this, but still just to give a background. We all are aware that the population growth rate in Japan is decreasing. Now it is below zero. As you can see, it's minus 0.3. So the existing population, the birth rate is decreasing, and in India it's a slight above 1. So our population is growing steadily. So this is an opportunity for us Indians to work in Japan and help Japanese people with their projects. So the opportunity of India lies here. If we consider the average age of Indians, because of you all young people, it's 28.7. India is a very young country, while in Japan it's 48.6. You must be knowing that there are more than 1 lakh people who have crossed the 100 years bar in Japan, living. More than 1 lakh living people who are already 100 plus years of old. And then population under 20 years, which includes all of you, it's 34.8% in India, while in Japan it's 16.8. So here lies our opportunity, and not only for engineers but also for other sectors including hospitality. So I'll straight away come to Japanese companies. What kind of companies you can expect if you get placed there? What kind of companies are there in Japan? So as you all are aware, Japan is third in the world by nominal GDP. After US, China, third is Japan. It's a highly industrialized nation. There are many industries in the country. This shows like 45 Japanese companies are in the list of Fortune Global 500. So this shows like how many industries are there. Major industries are service, manufacturing and IT. Little it's growing. Not much, as we all saw in the earlier presentation. IT is not a very big sector right now, but it's growing. Then there are large corporations like Hitachi, Toshiba, Mitsubishi, Toyota. So out of these, we all know these names. But Hitachi or Toshiba, they are conglomerates. I don't know if you are aware that Hitachi has more than 1,000 subsidiaries. They work in so many areas. More than 350 subsidiaries are overseas, and rest 650 are in Japan. So they work in automotive systems, construction machinery, in IT, in life sciences, in all the sectors they are working. While Toyota only works in automobile sector, and Yamaha in pianos and motorcycles. So there are many corporations like that, conglomerates as well as specialized corporations. We all know that the quality of products in Japan is very high. Let me talk about SMEs, the small and medium enterprises in Japan. There are 3.58 million SMEs in Japan. So 99.7% of the total number of companies is SME. Though by the turnover share, the large corporations have more share. But what I would like to highlight is these companies. So what do these SMEs work on? So they actually basically are subcontractors for large corporations. Like for example, Fujitsu outsources its works to SMEs. So even if you don't get in big companies like NEC, Fujitsu or any other large corporations, still even if you work in an SME, you generally get a fair chance to work for these companies, big companies, because most of the work is outsourced to SMEs. This is, I'll give you a minute to read that and then explain. This is living in Japan, how much salary you can expect. This is of course salary for freshers, and these are approximate figures. But you know, of course, there are more important things than money, but money is the most important thing. If we have money, then we can think of other things. So let me first talk about this. So I have put figures for large corporations as well as SMEs. Let me explain about SMEs though. Okay. So you see that I must have miscalculated, saying monthly salary is 2 lakh Japanese yen and annual salary is 28. It's not a miscalculation. You get 2 bonuses in a year in Japan. No other country gives that. And of course it's performance driven. But still, if we assume that you do good performance, then 1 month salary you will get. So twice in a year you will get bonuses. Then housing, food and leisure are the 3 main components I have considered, which are expenses from our side. So housing would come in like this. These are for freshers if you are staying alone. These are the figures for them. The housing would be around 70,000 yen. Food around 50,000, leisure 15,000, which includes 5G network, internet network, then maybe 1 movie in a month, and maybe 2 day trips in the city in a month, like that. So conveyance, I have put a star there because conveyance actually, though it takes about 30,000 yen for conveyance from your residence to your office, most of the companies pay it other than your salary. It's not included in salary. Most of the times you are paid separately for that. Then savings per month are for SMEs. In rupees, it's something around 36,000. That's pure saving. Okay, and annual saving, I have included 2 bonuses, and it's almost 6,62,000 for SMEs. So these are the approximate figures. You should have idea like what kind of salaries you can get in Japan. So that's why I have just put it here. It's not hard and fast like these are the salaries you get. You might get better also. Okay. So the lifestyle, what kind of lifestyle you can expect? If you go there, you go there to work, you are happy with the salary. So what kind of lifestyle you can expect? Okay, this high standard of life, the facilities near residence, shopping, everywhere you will get, you have got convenience stores which are open 24 hours a day. You get food there, you get all the necessities there. So wherever you go, you will find the shopping places near your offices, near your residences, and it's very easy to live a life there. Then highly efficient public services. This map is a map of train lines in Tokyo. Tokyo has more than 70 train lines, and there the planning division of Tokyo, whenever they develop any new area, new suburb, the most important part they think of is having the public transport available there. So they'll lay train lines, and the rule is like maximum 1 person should walk for 15 minutes to a nearest station. So you just don't need to have your own car. You can travel by bus, train. It's very efficient. Then bullet train, we all know. Bullet train, it's not only from one location to other. The bullet train network is all over Japan except the islands of Hokkaido and Shikoku. It's all over there. And even like from Tokyo to Osaka is 500 kilometers. You can go in 2.5 hours, less than that, so many times. And the trains, not like the frequency is also very good. At rush hour, you can get 6 hours a 10 per hour. Then, though this is not a part of lifestyle, I would like to mention specifically about availability of vegetarian food, because most of us are usually Indians are vegetarian, and we always have this conception that in Japan we won't get vegetarian food. But believe me, all the vegetables are available there. Whatever we get here, all the fruits, really good quality fruits are available there, because Japan is known for their apples, homegrown apples, really tasty. Peaches, many fruits they have their own. And imported, though the vegetables are, some of them are imported, you get good food there. Then as you saw in earlier presentations, there are many Indian restaurants also. So you can get vegetarian food, and thanks to the vegan trend in the whole world, many tourists are turning vegan in West, and that's why even in restaurants you will get, many restaurants you will get vegetarian food. Let me speak a little about leisure and entertainment. So these are the kinds of parks and public spaces you will find even in the heart of cities like Tokyo. Okay, both these photographs are of the parks in Tokyo city. So such kinds of parks are available. Like for leisure, you can go. There are many trails. You can go cycling, and you can just enjoy. So these facilities are available, and many a times on the river sides there are riverside parks where you can play sports. You can play soccer. You can play cricket. Now even Japan has a cricket team, so you can try your luck there. Then pursuing hobbies such as pottery, these are typical, Japanese things. Like I myself have learned pottery in Japan, and it was really worth learning. So pottery or drums, typical Japanese drums. You can on weekends you can go and learn them with the Japanese people. You will also make friends, and it's a good life you can enjoy. And as you can see on the last picture on the right. You can find people who are doing sketches or painting in parks. If you want to pursue any hobby, it's very easy to pursue in Japan. So now I'll talk about misconceptions that we have about working in Japanese companies. So culture of overworking, we talked. Yes, there was a time when Japan used to work, like Japanese people used to overwork, but now legally they cannot work. The law states that one person can do maximum 45 hours of overtime in 1 month and 360 hours in 1 year. So you just cannot. Companies won't allow you to do overtime. And another thing is overtime in Japan is paid. That's apart from your salary. In India, not in IT at least, it's not paid. But in Japan, the culture, yes, there was overworking culture. I myself have worked in Japan 20 years ago, and I used to work till the last train at 1 a.m. I remember that very well. But now people don't have to do that. And I forgot to tell one thing. You get 21 holidays in Japan other than weekends. And most of the holidays they have scheduled on either Monday or Friday, so you get a long weekend. And that is to boost the tourism industry and other service industry. But you get 3 continuous days of holiday many times, and there is no trend of carrying your laptop home to work on holidays. People don't work on holidays, no. And like earlier they didn't even have laptops. Most of them use desktops, but now because of COVID they have started using laptops, and many didn't even have web mail, so you can't even check your mails at home. So you just can't work at home. That is the way. A strict hierarchy, yes. Japan has a strict hierarchy, but it is flexible now. It's better now. Even the SMEs are getting better now. And though it's a strict hierarchy, you are always heard. So like if in a manufacturing industry there is some incident, then people from all levels, it's called quality circle. Like a foreman, one operator, and then management, all people come together and try to find out why the issue occurred. So even though the hierarchy is strict, you always are heard. Yes, language is a barrier, but it's not a hurdle. If you know the language, you can make friends, you can build rapport, and it's really a good thing. But it's not a hurdle as such, because in metros or even in other stations, like all the instructions and all you can find in English as well. Then there are many foreigners now working in Japan, so even in shops and stores you will find that people can speak English. Foreigners working in shops, and you can communicate with them. And of course there are tools like Google Lens and Google Translate. Okay, so I'll just give one example. One of my friends is a pure vegetarian. She bought snacks one time in Japan, and she didn't know what the ingredients are. If it's vegetarian, if it's non-vegetarian, she was not sure. So Google Lens actually told her that one of the ingredients was animal fat. This is how the technology can help you. Or Google Translate, so this is another, I work with Japanese, I work with the interactions between Japanese and Indian wrestlers. These are the Japanese wrestlers visiting one of the talims in Pune. Okay, so they are young people, they wanted to chat, but they didn't know each other's language. But they use Google Translate. I didn't have to interpret for them. Because they all are young boys. Some of the things they wanted to talk, they didn't want me to know. They didn't want me to use my language skills. So they just said, no, we'll manage it with Google Translate, you need not be here. So these are the tools you can use. Okay. Then some of the features of working in Japanese companies as Indians, as an Indian, I thought these are important to mention. Ikusei is a term which is very frequently used in Japanese companies. Ikusei means grooming or personality development kind of thing. So Ikusei happens at 2 stages. Okay, it's called vendor Ikusei and Jinsai Ikusei, that is human resource development. So I'll give you an example of what vendor development is, vendor Ikusei is. Suppose if I am working in a company that manufactures components for Toyota, then Toyota will give my company training because they want their products to be of good quality, and unless and until I make my components of good quality, their end product won't be of good quality. So they will consider me as a part of their company and they'll train me. They'll not only scold what quality you have given, we don't accept this, we won't pay. That's not the approach. They'll train you to match their quality because it's, only Toyota can't manufacture automobiles. They need help from everyone, all the vendors. And that's why they take efforts to groom the vendors. Okay, same happens for human resources. Mainly this job rotation happens in manufacturing industries. Like I have seen this, I've worked with Maida Corporation and I have personally seen this. Like people who join new, what they will do is they are rotated, for 1 year they are rotated through all the departments in the company. May it be purchase, assembly, they themselves have to work on assembly line, they themselves have to work on production line, then design and sales, everything. And why do they do that? Because all these are important components of any company, and unless we have the holistic view, we won't be able to function. So even if I am employed as a designer, still I should know the issues faced on assembly line. I should know what how sales is done. Then only my design can reflect all those points. So this job rotation is another important point, and you get to learn a lot through all these things. So yes, implicit communication. Japanese, like some of you are learning Japanese language and you will know that Japanese people will not speak anything directly. Okay, this is something we had to learn. And that's their culture. I'm not saying anything is good or bad, it's just cultural difference I'm saying. I'll give you one example. If any one of you knows Japanese, then if, for example, if a child gets up on a table and is going to fall, so we'll say, "Girega tu, kya kar raha hai, niche aa." Okay, that's the way we will be saying. But Japanese people will say "abunai desu." So "abunai desu" means it's dangerous, it's risky. So what are they trying to say? We both want to achieve the same result. We want the child down. We don't want the child to be hurt. But what we do is we give instructions. We tell what consequences would be. But what the Japanese tell is, this is dangerous. So the child has to think. The child is supposed to think that this is dangerous, I should come down. Otherwise I'll be hurt. So this thinking is what they expect you. They will never give you direct instructions. They will expect that you think about what they say. And that's actually a good habit, I feel. Then they are pioneers of quality methodologies. All these Ishikawa diagram, Kaizen, the Toyota way, all the things just in time, and all these things, the Japanese are the pioneers of that. They are very much, they have their own checklist. All companies have their checklist. Then they are very fussy that you do the documentation, you maintain the checklist. Like I myself used to get worried, but these actually help. So I'll just tell in brief like what learnings we can have from Japan. Of course, as I mentioned, organized nature. We learn to be organized. It's not only the documentation or other things, but our thought process. We learn to organize. Like I have studied in Japan, and my teacher who used to teach us how to write reports, she will say whatever, she'll give topics and she'll say in 15 lines you have to write this. You know, I'm an art student, so I'm used to writing fullscapes and fullscapes, but then she said, I won't give you marks. 15 lines is the maximum limit. Whatever you want to say precisely, you have to maintain it like that. Then self-discipline, we all know, like school, even from school children, self-learning, self-discipline is something that we can learn. I have seen this, like I have taken people to Japan. There were some Indians, senior like Indian industrialists with me. We were traveling on a train and we were waiting for a train at a platform. And you know, our bags, किसी की इधर है, किसी की उधर है. We are standing somewhere, we are taking photos somewhere. And then there came Japanese people, students, 6-year-olds, first grade students. They came in line, they stood in a line, everyone standing in line, and they had their, you know, bag just in front of them. And then when the train came, we were rushing, and they, you know, they just got in. It was so much like humiliating for all of us. Like they are so small, but so these kinds of things we get to learn from Japanese society also. Not only companies, there is a lot to learn from Japanese society also. Punctuality, yes. Trains are never late, as we talked earlier. This is also one thing we get to learn. Then opportunities for growth, what you can see in Japan is you can work in other subsidiaries of a conglomerate. Okay, there are so many subsidiaries, you can get to work in other subsidiaries. You can get to work in other functional areas such as sales marketing. If you are doing job rotation, you can feel that, oh, I'm good at sales. I never thought I'll be good at sales, but during job rotation you got a chance and you thought that, okay, I'm good at this. You might get an opportunity to work in that area. And then the improved Japanese skills can lead to more and more opportunities. You can work as country manager for Indian companies. You can work in sales. You can work for user training. Okay. So I'll just briefly tell about Indo-Japan relationship before I end my presentation. Both the countries, we have rich tradition, rich cultural heritage. We have a blend of traditions and modernity. So you can see this small children carrying palanquin, like we have palki here. So the culture is similar. They like to dress in traditional way for ceremonies. Then this relationship is mutually beneficial even at individual level. It's not only us who are going to benefit from this, but even Japanese people will benefit. They are very much interested in Indian culture, Indian movies. There are so many, they like to watch Bollywood movies, even Tollywood movies they like to watch. And these relationships are going to be mutually beneficial, and you are going to be ambassadors of that. We already have excellent diplomatic relations which will further strengthen in future, and I hope you will be the key persons who will be helping in that, because each and every one of you can be the ambassador of India and develop these relationships. If you have any questions, you can write to me at swati@proceedtechnologies.com, and that is where I end my presentation. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. And you for making students familiar with varied companies associated with Japan for their further professional opportunities. The acquaintance with salary scales will definitely motivate them towards achieving it, and following the working hours is really a bless for them. Thank you so much. I request Dr. Deshmukh, HOD Mechanical Department, to come on the stage and present a token of love to our guest. Yes, ma'am. Welcome, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you, ma'am. Before proceeding to the next session, I would like to inform once again to the students that I have already told you, the students, those who are going to attend today's session are going to get a keychain as a token of memory for the event. So you are requested to collect it from the registration desk after showing your registration IDs. And please maintain discipline while you are collecting it. Hope you will cooperate. And one more thing I also want to announce here, I request you all the participants to fill the feedback form of the session. The link is already available at the IJBC website of PCCOE College. So you can check it there. Fine. Let's proceed with the next resource person of the session, Mr. Sachin Deshpande from Indo-Japan, Pune. Sir, I request you to come on the stage. Mr. Sachin Deshpande is currently working on building innovative products and services with the help of advanced technologies like AI, IoT, blockchain, AR, VR, and metaverse. He is building global talents platform to serve current corporate challenges in terms of disruptive technologies and business models, learning and development, and talent execution management. Welcome, sir. I request Dr. Rachna Patil to come on the stage and felicitate our resource person. Dear students, kindly maintain discipline and welcome. I request you, sir, to come on the dais and continue with your session.
I think the effect of announcement of pigeons. Okay, so first of all, there's going to be a change. There are not going to be any presentations. Okay, I'm going to talk to you directly. I'm going to have these particular sessions in two kind of parts. First, I will tell about my experiences of working in Japan, and then I'll come to the different opportunities which I foresee and different initiatives which we are doing currently. So let me tell you that I just wanted to introduce myself. Myself Sachin Deshpande. I am founder and CEO of Defending Technology. We have been properly known by the brand Innobytes. I think so. Your kilobyte, megabytes, likewise your Innobytes. It's focused on innovation. And I have around 27 years of industry experience, ex-Microsoft, as well as I am Ahmedabad alumni. Now I'll just come to my experience in Japan. So during my early days of career, I think it was in 2007 or so, I was traveling a lot. I was working earlier with E&Y Consulting, which later I think had become Capgemini. And during that time, I happened to work for a consulting assignment in Japan. Okay, the interesting part was this was a Japanese company and which was being taken over by a US company. Okay, so there was a clear what you call a change of hands, wherein cultures of both US as well as Japanese were trying to come to understanding. So when we actually go as a consulting team there, the first task is to understand the Japanese culture, right? So as a part of earlier we thought of the consulting team is that we will work, we were known about a lot of theories about Japanese people working very hard, and so we thought that as a consulting team we will also be trying to match that, right? So we went as of day one, we went very early in the office. And we went there. There were some people, Japanese colleagues were already in the office. We worked hard. We were staying in that particular office, let's say 8 p.m., 9 p.m. Still we'll find our Japanese colleagues were there and working. And then we thought, I think probably we have to see to it that we have to understand there are different cultures and different working habits. And we should change to our habits of working efficiently in whatever it is, right? So with that, actually we had particular thing wherein we started working with a company which was trying to integrate with the Japanese and US culture. Then what happened is that another example of base kind of treatment. So we had a very different kinds of Japanese workers or our colleagues. We were part of the team, and then there are a lot of what you call nitty-gritties which we observed. There are very good, I would say, things which we observed. So you all know, right? Due to pandemic, we all started wearing masks, right? Okay. So I am talking about the year 2007 or so, wherein we already seen Japanese people working masks. Especially they are very careful about if they are having any cold or they are having anything, they are taking care so that they will wear the mask so that that is not going to affect their co-worker. So that kind of a, I would say, understanding and the caregiving kind of a nature which they had, wherein they had a clear thing that whatever happened to me, it should affect my co-worker. So that was another learning point we had. Then when we thought is that every Japanese co-worker or colleague, when it comes to office, they will maintain a particular diary, they will design a particular day, and they will write it down. So I think in earlier presentations they were mentioning about it. So this was the case. So they will always maintain that hierarchy, right? Hierarchy has been followed very rigorously. They have very high regards or respects to senior, what you call colleagues or senior kind of management for which they work. And so you know, right, as a Japanese culture, they will all go when you go and meet them, and the last say would go to the senior-most person in the company. So that was another kind of a learning which we had. Then in terms of a culture, I would say that so our Japanese client wants to take us to a restaurant, right? So everybody was thought that is that we will probably go for a Indian restaurant, right? But we purposely as a group decided that we will not go for an Indian restaurant, but we will go for an authentic Japanese restaurant so that we will understand the culture of the Japanese people who wants to work with us, right? And we are going to work with them. So we will go with a Japanese authentic restaurant. And again, there was a lot of learning in that. We went there. The first thing is that we have to take out our shoes or whatever we had wear there. They had their own restaurants, what you call slippers and all that we have to wear. And then when we went there, actually there was a desk there, and we have to sit down and eat. So this was another. I think we thought that this was more pertaining to what we have at a traditional Indian culture, wherein if you wanted to have a dinner or anything with the family, our ancient days, when we used to sit on the ground and eat. So that was a similar kind of thing. So this was the case. Then in terms of one thing I think which is missed and probably nobody speaks. Japanese people are very sweet. I would say they have a smile on your face, right? Always. So when you go into the mall or when you go into the shopping center or when you go into the train, they have a very good gesture, and with that it gives a very positive feeling to you, right? So this was one of the things which was there. Then in terms of setting the targets, there were clear-cut what you call communication between them, wherein they set the targets with them in terms of whatever they want you to work on. So there is a clear clarity about what are the outcomes which they want to achieve with that. Then probably now I will go to the different kind of opportunities and which are there, right? Now slowly if you see, right, a lot of people have talked about Japan as a country. They have an aging population and their population is on a decrease, right? So what it means as an Indo-Japanese kind of a relationship is that India can play a very vital role here, because as far as Indian demographics is concerned, we have a huge, what you call, young, talented people who are there who can serve the world, right? So when I'm talking about serve the world, there are similar kind of opportunities which also exist in other countries like Europe, wherein they also have an aging population. So the idea is that you have a choice of going to different countries as a what you call young talent. So what I want you to understand, right? You are deciding to go for a particular, especially if you are talking about Japan, to go and work there, you have to understand their culture well, right? Language is one of the things which always been, so they have a very high regards for their language, right? They actually value their language and culture much more than anybody else. So that is very important. Wherein when you go there, you have to respect the culture of Japan, right? That is important. Then when the opportunities are there, there are different. So when probably I would also try to tell you is that there are also competition to us from other countries also. So there are other countries like in Asia also we have other countries like Vietnam, then Thailand. These are the different countries wherein also they are also trying to get into these countries or let's say Japan for work. So language certifications are also very important. What it gives you an advantage on. So let's say you are competing for a particular premium kind of a assignment or a project, or you are trying to get into a dream company. Then probably one of the areas where you can probably outsmart or probably you can get it into it, wherein you have this particular clear kind of what you call advantage. So let's say my earlier speaker has talked about, let's say entry is a level, probably is being treated as a level where probably you have a good kind of a competitive advantage which is there. Then I'll come to the different kinds of opportunities and also about the different initiatives which are running. So opportunity, we are mainly focused on advanced and disruptive technologies like artificial intelligence, blockchain, then industry 4.0. Now we have AR and VR, that is augmented reality and virtual reality, and now metaverse, right? I just want to tell you is that I think on first week, I think 4th of October, so a Japanese PM has iterated that, and they have released a policy, public policy of metaverse or Web3. So that is also one of the major focus areas wherein Japan is going to focus on. So that is one area you all can focus on. Japan has been known for gaming for a long. So gaming as an industry is very big in Japan. So that is one area which you can focus on. Automation and other areas, they are much advanced. But areas wherein probably there are opportunities and we as a talent can make a mark is blockchain, because it's fairly a new technology and there are very, I would say, few what you call talented professionals which are available across the globe. So that is one technology which you can focus on. So I'll now come to the initiative which we run. So one of the initiatives which we run is Global Talents, and the main focus of this particular initiative is in two kinds of domains. One is probably we understand from the industry what are their needs, right? So it is not other way around wherein you have been taught for a particular technology or a course and then you go to the industry and look for the opportunity. It is the other way around. When we go to the industry, we understand what are their requirements and then we will design a particular kind of a curriculum or a short course which will make you probably more suitable for that particular industry to serve, right? So it would be a win-win situation for both industry as well as you as a talent, wherein you are probably readily available to be taken by the industry, and at the industry also they are getting a ready talent which they can deploy. So they don't have to waste time in terms of scaling you as an individual, and you can be productive from the day one. So that is one initiative which we are running. Second kind of initiative when we are talking about, we are also trying to have a competitive kind of a mapping or skills mapping, and then we'll also have a connect with the industry, wherein industry can probably provide those opportunity to us, and this is a talent acquisition and management kind of opportunity which is there. So these are the two opportunities which are there. In addition to that, we have excellent industry academia which is there, and we are also thinking about extending that to Japanese universities, and probably there are scholars which wanted to work on it, right? So I wanted to have this particular thing as a short script, crisp and clear about what kind of opportunities you as a talent which have on your plate, and it's up to you how you can make most of it, right? So are you ready for it? Yes. Thank you very much. Thanks.
Thank you, sir, for making us aware about the cultural gestures of Japanese people. It's really make us feel privileged where the generation is ready to perform and the Japanese countries are willing to hire. So will I request Dr. Sonali Kale to come on the stage and present a token of love to our guest. Thank you, sir. In your brief description, you have guided students very nicely. Now, after this, we will proceed to the last session of the day. But before proceeding to the last session, I would like to discuss you about tomorrow's session. The reporting time will be 9:15 here for the students. And this, after that, there will be a launch, and then 10 o'clock sessions will be started. So, but you have to be seated here by 9:15 for tomorrow's session. Okay? All the participants are invited for the same. Now, last but not the least, I request our resource person, Mr. Prashant Painse, Delivery Manager at TCS Japan Operations, to come on the stage. Sir, please. Mr. Painse has experience of more than 23 years in IT services organizations in the areas of application development and maintenance. He managed projects for clients in US, UK and now Japanese clients for last 4 years. His core expertise is in developing IT solutions for discrete manufacturing clients, account management, project planning and tracking, cost benefit analysis, client relationship management and employee engagement. He is an agile coach and unit agile leader of TCS Japan Centric Delivery Center. We welcome you, sir. I request Dr. Rachna Patil to come on the stage and felicitate our resource person. Dear participants, please once again welcome Mr. Painse.
Good afternoon. So I will request students who are sitting at backside that they can come forward, so you can clearly see the presentation. And so I have been given 20 minutes. So what I will do is that I had actually 2 presentations prepared. Okay, I thought that my being the last one, most of the things will get covered. So this presentation mainly will be focusing on about the opportunities in IT and consulting. Okay, and some initial part of it means whether you want to go for Japan or not, from even that it will help you. And then we will talk about specific about Japan requirements, then what we are doing for taking care of those requirements, and then talking about what are the different roles that will be available and what skill mix requirement you will be needing for that thing. So we heard that Japan is the 3rd largest economy in the world. Earlier it was the 2nd largest economy. Till 1970, 1980, you used to see at least 3-4 companies from Japan in the top 10 list, and now you will not find it. They call it the 1990s, that decade as a lost decade, that somewhere they lost that momentum. After that, the inflation was almost close to 0%. Less growth was there. And if you see the why it happened, so main focus was on industrialization. They were very good at manufacturing things. So that is mainly the supply side. And now we are in the area of digital world, where the implementation of digital transformation, it takes care of both the supply as well as demand. On one side, the company can keep on creating the things, but how you will ensure that, okay, that is what the end customer is requiring, or how you can create requirement to the end customer. For example, right now also you are doing or purchasing many things as such which were not required. But just because it enticed you, or you started seeing that okay, other peers are using it, that's why you started using it and got into it. So nowadays, if company has to survive for next 10 to 20 years, what they need to do? So I tried to put this thing in different quadrants. First thing about the strategy thing. What they need to do is that they need to strategize for their next 10 years. Not only strategize, but they should, in the market, they should actually sort of put a prototype, check it out, how they are receiving feedback for that thing, getting that feedback, implementing it, changing the strategy. That's what they need to do. In case of product or services, you are seeing that okay, there is a shift from the customer to consumer. Now, for each product and services, companies are checking out what exactly the person who is going to consume it, what he requires, what convenience that person requires. And from that perspective, the things are getting developed, designed, and automatically whatever supply they are creating, that is getting consumed. If you see about the customer experience, when you buy something, actually you just go to Amazon.com and check it out, and typically what you check it out that okay, what appears better on the when you see it. So definitely the customer experience has become important. It's not just the visual experience, but even if you take any service, nowadays you are getting ordering food online, and you must be knowing that okay, who are the supplier providing better service. And once you have that experience, after some time you will not bother about the money that you need to pay for that thing, but you will be looking for that service. So thinking about that customer experience, next one about the operations. So how you can automate your core as well as non-core processes. How you can integrate your upward and downward processes. So that is what the companies need to think about. On the organizational slide, again, if you have to do so many things, definitely the people who are working in the company, they should get aligned to it. They should get to that level of knowledge. So you need to do that education. Your team should be lean and agile so that quickly you can get the things into the market. You may see there are many times multiple people are coming up with the idea or thinking about idea, but the company who gets that idea into market first, typically they get a success. So having your organization that way, having agile organization, and when I say agile, it's not only doing things faster, but even mentally being agile, being ready for any change. See, you need to understand that technology is changing at very rapid pace. Okay, means even the IT people who are here means for you what is important is learnability. Okay, don't worry whether you are knowing the Java right now, Python right now, it doesn't matter. You should know what exactly is the basic principle when you code something. And suppose tomorrow some new language comes, immediately you will be able to get into it. For example, I guess in the earlier session, either some he mentioned that okay, earlier we used to start a command and it used to take hours to get executed it. Okay, these are typical mainframe people. When I started in IT, so some of my team members who were working the mainframe project, so they used to start a program, then go for a movie, come back, and by that time their program used to get completed. Okay, so that was the case. And now you see that another problem we are having, the things are happening faster, you are having tremendous amount of data, and it's up to you how you will utilize that data for success of your company to give the better service to your end user. So that is what actually agile behavior that employees should have. And specifically, I am telling you people, irrespective of in which country or which company you will go, you start changing yourself at least from this perspective. Okay, you may or may not be ready to change for your other things. I am not expecting that someone who is vegetarian, okay, you should get immediately the non-vegetarian. So that kind of. But in case of accepting technology, and also some people they say, okay, I cannot use cell phone, I don't like it. There was one time when ATM machine started in India, many people thought that okay, who is going to use ATM in India? You can just go to bank, you just withdraw money and come back. But now you see that okay, even the different villages are having ATMs, people are using ATMs. Forget about ATM, even the latest thing, the cell phones. You will find anyone, means all your mates, people in villages, they are using the cell phones, that to the latest cell phones. So that means on consumer side, people have that tendency or mentality to quickly change, to quickly accept something. So if you don't implement, someone else will implement it, get advantage of it. Okay. And the last one is, of course, what will be driving all these things is technology. And that's what I am saying that okay, this era is about data or digitalization. You know that when we say that business 4.0, so what it means actually, we had the business 3.0 where we had the industrialization along with the assembly line. Earlier the cars used to get manufactured one at a time, then we had an assembly line where every minute you are now getting the 60 cars or 120 cars out from the assembly line. The next stage, already actually in some of the auto companies we have started with that the IoT part, the Internet of Things. So if you have the different centers, then how you can gather data from different centers and provide the right information so that the required parts will be ready at assembly line just before the assembly, okay? Typically just 1 hour before, because if you just pile up the stock over there, you will not have that much space over there. You can actually see some of the videos of the automotive companies okay, on YouTube. You will get surprised that you will not find any human being over there most of the robots are actually doing that thing, and typically the people will be working on the assembly line only for doing the last part of the assembly things. Okay, all other things happen now automatically. So this is what is going to require for companies, and that's why the many companies are going for the digital transformation. As I mentioned, what does digital transformation means is that implementation of IoT, implementation of automation, then usage of AI and machine learning. I hope that most of you know that how they are using AI and machine learning. Okay, just training your machines to understand what are the new defects you are getting and telling them to capture it. Many machines now they will have the vision system installed on it. Different cameras will be there at different angles. You will get the images immediately. You will check it out against your ideal image, and if it is not matching with that thing, the part will get rejected. Typically, as a machine learning developer or AI developer, when you get into it, what you need to do is that whenever you get a new defect, you need to check it out. Okay, what is missing in that base template, and then add those things or train your program to keep on checking those things and finding the new defects. So nowadays, wherever these vision systems are installed, actually you will hardly find any defect over there. Then of course, shift of customers, okay, in reimagining experience, and all these things we are talking about, and where exactly Japan for these things. Okay, so I agree that Japanese companies are way ahead in manufacturing. Even if you see the implementation of overall automation or robotics in Japan is way ahead. You will find robots in as a receptionist at many places. Okay, to that extent. But I see that okay, still they are lagging behind in usage of data getting generated and utilizing it. Okay, and that's why actually you are not seeing any Japanese companies in top 10 right now, because they are falling behind the other companies in that respect. So if you have to do the digital transformation, so why I am covering this part, just to understand what lacking is there, and those are the opportunities for you people. Okay, so from that perspective. So if you see, in case of Japan, basically, as I said, that data utilization, they are not doing to that extent. And why it is not happening? Because they don't have the skilled, even the lower level resources to do that analysis. Next thing is that if you see the CIOs typically who drive the your enterprise IT. So in case of Japan, again, you will find that only a specific number of people, a percentage, lower percentage is there who are good at that thing, and still most of the companies are lagging behind that thing. And that's why they are carrying the increased technical debt. So what is the technical debt is that in case of any problem, actually to resolve that problem, you spend a lot of effort or a lot of money into it. Okay. And in the earlier sessions, some of the things we have not mentioned. Okay, still in Japan I see that okay, lot of paper is being used. This typically when I go for other clients like US or UK client, I just carry a laptop. Okay, or none of my weekly report or monthly report will be printed on paper. Or as such in TCS actually, so sort of we are the zero paper company. When nowadays even if you have to travel, you can have your itinerary etc. on your cell phone, you can show it. But whenever we go for the Japanese meeting, basically they will have the weekly report printed and they will start going through it. Okay, we'll understand okay, why they are doing that thing in the next thing. Okay, this point is covered in earlier session to some extent. Basically, if you see this is the slope shown as the what is the demand of the IT resources or requirement of IT resources in Japan. And still the number of IT graduates in Japan is less than 40K. So that's why this gap is continuously increasing. So even if they are hiring people from outside, still there is a huge gap. So no doubt, the opportunity-wise, there is a huge opportunity for the people who are skilled people. Especially I am saying that IT, definitely others verticals or other industries are also already covered. And this data is from the METI. You can also see this online, okay, different METI reports. METI is the Ministry of Industry, Trade and sorry, I forgot the Ministry of Industry, Trade and Economy, Trade and Industry. Okay, so you can see this site and you can keep on checking what opportunities are there. So good part is that on that site they keep on displaying what is happening in each industry, how many people are working over there, basically what is the shortage over there, what are the skills required there, that kind of data. Someone actually covered, okay, what are the unique characteristics of Japan location, okay, or Japanese geography. So when we do business with other countries, okay, especially when I say that other countries, it is mainly the US, European countries. So now, nowadays companies are very agile over there, the people are agile. Typically in the US, Europe, what will happen is that you will explain them plan, they will just take it out, okay, what are the milestone dates are there, and they will say, okay, you go ahead, do that thing. They will check it out the high level plan, and then they will behind you about those milestones. They may or may not go through the details how you are going to achieve it. Okay? Change, if you are suggesting any change and it is better for company, if it is better for product or services, they will agree for it, immediately approve it. Okay? They will not go to the hierarchy to get approval from all those things. If you say, okay, we can do this change, but this risk is there, if it is a calculated risk, they will be okay to go for that risk as well. Okay, and that's why you see that, okay, basically the new services or products are quickly coming into market. Some of them failing as well, but still actually they keep on doing that thing. Okay. In case of delivery trend, they will use the global knowledge, global resources for it. Okay, they will not stick to, okay, in US that, okay, we want to just use the US resources. Of course, as I said, the approach will be the metric driven. Okay, they will ask you what will be your SLS, what will be the milestones, and they will just keep on checking about that thing. And in case of communication, means in weekly status meeting, if something is not going well, actually means he will shout at you. Okay, so you get a direct feedback about it that this thing is not happening properly. It's like that. And the good part is that then you can act on it. Okay, means even if you have seen that, okay, with your friends, if someone is giving direct feedback about your behavior or something, then at least you can adjust yourself. If someone is not talking and suddenly after 1 year or so, okay, he said that, okay, 1 year before that you behave like this and all that thing, so it's become difficult. Now, Japanese culture is different, okay, and why it is important to understand is that, as I said that, okay, you need to be lean. At the same time, you need to understand these are the things and you need to inculcate those things while you're working for the Japanese client. For example, about their culture, so sort of they will not change quickly. Okay, even if you suggest any idea for a company, typically they will go for the consensus. Means it's not that, okay, I suggest some idea to CIO and he will like it and he will immediately deploy it. No. So he will discuss that thing with his Gemba level. So that means at the lower level, shop level people get their approval and then only do it. Now there are advantages and disadvantages. The disadvantage is that it takes time. Advantage is that once you get consensus from everyone, actually you will get full support and the detailed planning from everyone. So the chances of failure are low. Okay, but chances of starting that new initiative, that also is not high. Okay, but typically I say that whatever initiatives those were started, 100% of them were successful. Second thing is that mainly they go for their local tools, local technical skills. So in one of the session, actually it was mentioned that they have the SMEs or contracts. So they will go through that thing, they will get local people for doing the things, okay? And they will not check it out for the global skill set. Detail wise, actually you already heard that to what detail they do the work breakdown structure, okay? And their planning will be very thorough planning. Means typically when we get any Japanese customer for a visit, so that person will ask, okay, so where I am going to stay, where is that hotel, how far is that hotel, whether I will be coming there by car or by walk, how much time it will take, once I get from there, how far is your building, and they will be very precise and they will come to the exact to that time. Okay, so to that level they need clarity, and that's why actually when you will get into the Japanese project and work over there will be some questions which will be asked to you, which you may think that okay, why you are asking so many details, but that is the way they work, and they will have complete clarity about it. They will not go for the ambiguity. Okay, in case you say that okay means that car will come by this time and it will take 10 minutes, and if there is a traffic, then what will happen? Then you will say okay, no, there will not be traffic, and most of the times you will not face that problem. Then he will ask you, okay, you are saying most of the times, okay, but even 1% is there, in that case what will happen? You tell me. So they plan for all the alternatives, okay, and that's why as I said that okay, whenever they plan to that detail level, the success rate is 100%. And about the communication, already discussed, basically the Japanese language is definitely important. I'll come to that thing, okay, when we'll talk about the skill mix requirement. Now considering this uniqueness of Japan geography, that's why actually we have the TCS Japan unit, okay, which is the Tata Consultancy Japan and the Mitsubishi Corporation joint venture, 66% and 34%. That's what we started in 2014. We have basically, although TCS is serving Japanese geography for more than 30 years, but since we started these things, we see that okay, we are more aligned with Japanese culture. We have close to 9,000 people now working for this TCS Japan unit. More than 50% at on-site, and of course on-site means many of them are the Japanese people only. If you see that 800 plus bilingual people, so earlier also in session someone mentioned that okay, the Japanese people speaking English is a rare thing. But yes, we have some people like that as well. They fluently speak English. And for this geography, then we also created dedicated Japan-centric delivery centers in India. So we have these delivery centers in Pune, Chennai, Bangalore, Delhi, Nagpur, Trivandrum. Just recently, we are starting work in Indore as well. We have now 4,000 plus people working for in the different centers, specifically for the Japanese projects. And if you see that we are serving almost all the industries for these things. So I think this is the most important thing, or even from our side. Okay. So if any one of you apply for job in TCS for, especially for the Japanese customer, what we will do for. So I have tried to map it into these three things: the Japanese language, then the domain knowledge or technical skills. Okay. Already we heard about the Japanese language, the JLPT levels, N5, N4, those kind of things. Okay. I think that okay, why it is important is that at least you have done N5 language, okay, that N5 certification. At least you will be aware about the Japanese script. Okay. So whenever you are working on the Japanese project and on screen you see that okay, the UI is there in the Japanese labels. At least you will be able to understand it, okay? Typically, if it is a N4 level clear person, then definitely we will prefer that person. How that person will help us? Suppose you are a developer, software developer. So as I said that okay, development is one part, but whenever it comes to UI, and then you have to do your testing along with Japanese language, there it helps. As I said, another thing, the data is important. So many times actually you will have the data issues, data comparison. Even for that thing, you can utilize your Japanese skill over there. We are not expecting that you will be able to communicate with Japanese customer or even with our on-site. Because I don't think that with info level you will be able to communicate that fluently. Probably you will be able to understand some part of the meeting. When I get into the meeting, I can understand few things. Because if you complete N5 or N4, then you will be aware about most of the common words required, then the digits and all those parts. And basically what we do is that whatever the project related terminologies, so we conduct a separate Japanese classes for that thing, so you will also understand that thing. So with that you will be able to understand the communication, what's happening. You are starting over here as a software developer. If you are improving your Japanese knowledge, then you can actually go to the data analysis part as well, or you can move to the role of functional tester. Typically, you will have these people sitting at on-site doing the job over there. Even in case of the people who are having command in Japanese language and less on the technical front, as I said that they can start as a translator, but for interpreter, the important part is that your listening capability, that is also most important. That you should be able to catch the right word, able to interpret it and tell it in English. Next part of the interpretation is that you will be able to, people do the simultaneous interpretation. In some of the calls we use that means the meeting is going there in Japanese and our simultaneous interpreter he keeps on telling me in English. So as you keep on improving your Japanese language, you can move forward in that thing. If you are having eye for detailing, then I suggest that basically going into the testing part. When I see that software engineers are there, typically they will say, what you want to do? So I want to do coding, I want to go for AI or machine learning, those kind of things. But I will suggest that just always check it out, what are your strengths, and then select a job. When we do appraisal, we don't check it out, this is a software engineer, he is doing coding and he is doing testing. For me, the person who is doing good job, what is given, so he will get a good rating. So someone who is having the logical mindset, mathematical skills, definitely that person should start with the actual coding part. Who is very good in mathematics, definitely should go in the data analysis, AI. Because see, right now we are talking about the data. Now there is a talk that the next thing will be the mathematics. So everything is going to rule by mathematics. Because what we are doing right now is that only some people what algorithm they are done, we are using that thing. But then we will reach to a stage that everyone will start actually writing the algorithm. He should be able to simulate the things. So person who is having that kind of thing, he will go for that part. The people who are very good at understanding something, after that retaining that knowledge and testing against it. See, I have a case in my team, basically that lady started with functional testing, and just in 4 years she was so good that she went to on-site and she started playing as a business analyst kind of job. See, because if you see the testing, if you just see that what is given, I have to test it, then that is not expected from the functional tester. So functional tester is expected to understand from the business perspective why we are doing the application. And I will tell you actually most of the times even the developer will have that understanding, because developer always look from his model perspective. Most of the times I have seen that the developers of model they will not have understanding about the complete application. So people who are having good understanding of the functional things means domain knowledge, and of course they need to improve their Japanese skills. Means just being at N4 level may not be sufficient. If you have to go to on-site and start talking to customer, definitely you need to reach that N2 level. These levels on one side, but I have seen that even some people means they will understand exactly which words I need to understand and start speaking. And more you practice, actually more fluent you will become. So there are some people we are having at on-site, they haven't cleared to N2 level and still actually they are doing the fluent communication, you just list down what are the words are being repeatedly used and just prepare for that thing. Okay. So for each industry activity, as I said that we are having projects in different industries. So what we do is that for each industry we create a dictionary, the words that person should know. And even if that person concentrate or understand those words, that is sufficient. Of course, there was question about what will the career path. So whether you start from your actual software development side, typically people start with software development. After 4-5 years, they will have to take decision. Okay, some people take that decision early 4-5 years. Some people may take even the 7 to 8 years. Typically, question will be asked that okay, whether you want to go to the management side, or you want to keep on doing the development, or you want to go into the technical side or domain side. After that, you will start either with the developer only. In that, you will become model lead, then the technical analyst, technical architect. That is one path. If you go to the management part, it doesn't mean that management means you have to do people management. See, nowadays when we say the project manager, he is the person who should be able to understand the scope of the project. When I say scope, means what exactly client want to achieve from that perspective. He doesn't have to know okay how it is getting implemented. He should be able to understand what exactly different model is going to give me, how it is going to get assembled, and having the knowledge about what resources we need to achieve those timelines. So that way you can start with that stream and you can reach to either the delivery manager role or engagement manager role, okay, based on whether you are at a client location or working from India. Okay. As I said, that language related thing, of course, in interpretation itself, actually, you can reach to the high level. We have 250 plus bilingual resources here in India, but when questions come about the client visit, so we will have the typical some resources. They will get into those things because they have gone through all different industries. They know all the keywords. They will be able to quickly talk about those things. On the domain side, of course, you can start as a business analyst. Before that, actually, as I said, at a functional testing part, you can start, then get into business analysis. And then, if you want to go to that stream, then you should be ready for the more travels. You should be ready to be at on-site or the family. Again, that is irrespective of whether you are in Japan or other geography. Okay. Only difference is that if you are going for the Japan geography, then definitely along with the domain knowledge, you need to have upper hand on your language as well. Okay. See, you know that although we will have the translator, interpreter, but if someone is directly talking in Japanese and someone is doing interpretation after every 2-3 sentences, so definitely you lose that good way of communication, okay? And definitely I say that okay, if you are going to target for the domain consultant or the technical consultant, you need to have the very good understanding of Japanese language as well. So this is sort of the roles I thought that I have put that in. Of course, the other roles like the data analyst or the AI machine learning. So of course, they will have the more on-site opportunities. And that's why actually they will expect that okay, they are having the very good understanding of the language as well. Okay, so as I said that okay, if you are coming with at least the N4 level, then definitely you will be preferred for this geography. Yeah, so with that I have done my slides. If any one of you have any questions. So we also have the people from our talent acquisition team. Okay. So any question you have? Yeah.
So sir, my question was, I'm not from CS or IT branch. I am from a mechanical branch in final BTech, and I'm having a JLPT level of M4. As now every mass recruiting companies is approaching different colleges, all they are looking are for, okay, if you can code well, we are hiring you. But what about our domain knowledge and where Japanese can be used? And what if TCS is looking into it, then how well we can support it?
So basically, in Japan geography, our biggest client is from the manufacturing industry only. And means we are also doing the electric car complete testing here. Okay, so to that extent, we are doing one. And specifically for all manufacturing clients, as I said, that the domain consulting, so there we will not, if you see these roles, the business analyst, domain consulting, I am not talking about technical skills. Okay, so the mechanical person, that's what actually we look for. I will not put any CS person over here. It will be difficult to CS person to start explaining about the gears and the transmission and how things have changed now from the petrol diesel version to the electric version, how the complete supply line has changed. Okay, so you will be the best person to get into these things. So there is basically opportunity for you. Now whether you want to go into the domain thing or whether you want to learn any additional product, okay. For example, SAP is being used mainly as an ERP solution for Japan, okay. So mechanical engineer plus Japanese language plus you do SAP, nothing like that. So no one can stop you getting job over there, okay. Another thing is there huge amount of shortage of SAP consultant. You know that even in SAP there are two parts. Some people who will do the coding, that is ABAP coding, and some people will be just doing the functional thing. So I am talking about the functional part. Okay, so that will be the right thing for you. And I say that okay means until you start doing some job, you will not understand what exactly you want to do. Actually, when I became engineer, I was not clear okay what exactly engineer does. All people are saying okay you will become engineer, doctor. I didn't like biology, so I said okay I will become engineer. But when I got into manufacturing industry, I worked there for 4 or 5 years, and after that I got into IT. Okay, so there that actually I learned IT. So important part I have seen that okay it's not about the technical thing or language. Important part is understanding business. As long as you understand business, understand it in detail, no one can stop you. Okay, and how it will help you that you being the mechanical engineer and having the knowledge about all those theoretical knowledge. Now you should start actually seeing okay how it is getting implemented and how it is different from other clients in the same industry. Okay, once you start seeing that thing, you will get advantage.
Yes, sir. In addition to that, if like there might be an audience who is having the same resume like me, those are engineers, mechanical engineers with good Japanese fluency.
So that's what I'm saying actually. See, if you are the Japanese level at least 4, just take example of the civil engineers. Okay, so one of my client is in the civil area. So it's not like a small builder, but it's like an L&T kind of company with a one of the top 3 companies in Japan. And how since the civil engineering also has changed, okay, how they are utilizing data. So they get a requirement that okay that we want to build. Just take example okay, a particular retail chain related store. So now you will get a data that in Japan, in Tokyo, what are the different areas where the retail stores are there. Okay, so this data you will get from a particular company, okay, which provides the Japanese map. You will get a data where exactly the shortage of those retail stores are there. You will get a data about what is the income group in that area. You will get a gender ratio in that area. And using that knowledge, you can decide. After that, you will also need to check it out. The civil engineer will check it out. Basically, what is the soil composition over there and whether they will be able to build a say 50-story building over there or not and all those things. Okay. So it's not only about mechanical, any engineering background, but having up to at least the N4 level, okay, so that will be definitely preferred.
Yes, sir, and how to apply for it? Like, is there any sort of website or that?
Yeah, so for TCS, we conduct national qualifier test for our campus recruitment. And last month we conducted it for 23 passing out batch students. So you are 23 passing out. Did you appear our national qualifier test? Yeah, so any college students, you can connect with your training and placement officer. He should guide you. We've conducted our national qualifier 23 batch. Similarly, next year we will be conducting for 24 passing out batch. And we also conduct a couple of off-campus recruitment drives. So if at all by the end of this campus drive, whatever offers we have targeted, if you don't fulfill that, probably we'll declare an off-campus drive wherein you can participate, apply for that drive, appear for that test, and then you can get into TCS. And if you are Japanese bilingual, you will be certainly tagged to the Japan Business Center unit so that you will have opportunities with respect to Japan business. Thank you.
Any other question? We were already late, I guess. Okay, thank you. And thanks to PCCOE for inviting us for this university. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, sir, for acknowledging students. After taking a lot of information, learn something. Please. So, sir, thank you for acknowledging students and focusing on the basic principles apart from the coding languages, use of tremendous data for the company and providing right information, along with new apps, using Internet of Things and all. So it's really fruitful for all of us. So I would like to request now Dr. Priya Joshi to come on the stage and present a token of love to a guest. Thank you, sir. So, by the end of the session, I would like to thank distinguished guests and participants. Thanks for listening. And on behalf of the organizers and partners of the No Japan event, it is indeed my pleasure to make a few closing remarks and express gratitude to all those who made this event a reality, and especially to the participants for becoming a patient listener. Yeah. Now again, I'm just reminding you about the feedback form. The link is already present on the IJBC website. And one more thing, all the participants and even guests, now you can go to the auditorium basement and there you can enjoy art and the cultural stalls. That is also based on Japanese culture. So, thank you for listening. Thank you all.